Hi everyone, Tracy here. Welcome back to Yogi Plant. So today we're going to be doing a practice that focuses on the chakras. Something cool about yoga and the chakras is that even if you're doing a practice that's not focusing on chakras, you're pretty much always, opening up your chakras with yoga. So, um, you know, you don't have to know anything about chakras. You can do yoga and life is awesome. I just thought, well, actually, I designed this sequence because I'm currently getting over COVID and I wanted to do something that sort of worked through my chakras. This one goes down and then it goes up again. So each posture actually focuses on a specific chakra. So without further ado, I'm going to start the practice, and we're just going to start with a grounding practice, focusing on each of our chakras. So I invite you to just breathe in through your nose, pause for 2, and breathe out through your nose. Pause, breathe out. Breathe in. Pause, breathe out. So the first chakra is your root chakra. It's associated with the color red, and it's way down here in your pelvic floor. So I'm going to just put my hand on my chakras as I'm breathing into them, or in the area where they are. Some people imagine chakras to be spinning wheels of energy. So if that helps you, that's cool. Next one is your pelvic chakra, or your orange chakra, which is within your abdominal area. So we're going to breathe into that next. Going up. Next one is your yellow chakra, which is your navel chakra. Moving up into your heart chakra, which is your green chakra. From there, moving up to your throat chakra, which is your blue chakra. Moving into my third eye chakra, purple chakra. And up to the top of your crown of your head, your white chakra. So I'm just going to move so that you can see me sideways. Feel free to stay in your seated position. So I invite you to join me in child's pose. Breathe in, lift your hands into the air. Breathe out. Relax into child's pose. We're going to breathe here for a little bit. Feel free to open up your thighs a little bit if you want to get your tummy a little bit closer to the ground. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, come on up to sitting. Exhale. And we're going to move into cat-cow. So your wrists should be underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. On an inhale, we're going to raise our nose to the ceiling. Our tailbone raises as well. And on an exhale, we're going to come into cat, which is the opposite. Tailbone scoops down. We look like a Halloween cat. Inhale into cow. Really feel your spine moving here. Exhale back down to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale down into cat. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, on your next inhale, just meet in tabletop. And then we're going to just, on an exhale, sit down. We're going to do a modified version of reverse plank here. So you're just going to have a seat, your knees up, your feet down on the mat. Put your hands behind your back. Your fingers should be pointing towards your body. And on an inhale, we're going to open up our chest. And on an exhale, if it feels okay for you, we're just going to drop our head down. A nice chest opener. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, come out of the posture. Inhale, tabletop again. And on exhale, we're going to come into we're going to come into downward dog. So you have to forgive me today. I'm a little off. Just still trying to get over COVID here. So in your downward dog, if you feel the need to pedal your feet a little bit, go ahead. Push into your hands. Feel your tailbone reach up towards the ceiling. Your gaze should be on your thighs or your navel. And just feel the ground beneath your hands. Push away from the ground. If you can see your heels, just squiggle them around behind your feet so you can't see them anymore. Relax your shoulder blades down your back. I'm going to stay here for one more breath. And on an exhale, you're going to bend your knees. On an inhale, we're going to walk up to the top of our mat. Come up halfway. Exhale down to forward fold. Inhale, come on all the way up. Hands to the sky. Exhale down. Okay. We're going to inhale. And on an exhale, we're going to push our right foot back and turn our right foot in about 45 degrees. So we're going to be coming into triangle here. Feel free to get your block. Grab your block. Inhale your hands up. And before you go down, make sure you push your right hip out as far as you can. On an exhale, you're going to go down. Here you can grab your block. You want to bring your right hand up so that it's kind of in line with your mouth, actually. Your gaze is at the ceiling. Really feeling a nice stretch right here in your hip. Feel your legs, your weight balance between your feet. Engaging your thighs here. On an inhale, we're going to come up. And then we're going to come into our warrior one. So exhale your knee, bend your knee. Make sure your knees over top of your ankle, hands are at your hips. Inhale your hands into prayer. And if you'd like, bring them up into the air. Make sure you feel your weight balancing on your back right leg, so that your weight is evenly balanced between your 2 feet. Your core is engaged, your abdominals are engaged. Gaze is at the ceiling if that feels okay for you. We're going to hold this pose for 2 more breaths. Really feel the power of this pose. Exhale your hands into prayer. Inhale, face center. Exhale, your right foot facing the back of your mat. Your left foot is now turned in 45 degrees. Inhale our arms up. And right before we go down, oops, I'm going to grab my block here. We're going to stick our hips out. Grab our block to create some space here. My left hand is just above my mouth, creating sort of a triangular T form. I'm looking at the ceiling, and I'm engaging my kneecaps so that I'm engaging my thighs here. Okay, one more breath. On an exhale, bring your hand down. Inhale, come on up. We're going to go into warrior one now. So we're going to bend our knee on an exhale. Bring our hands into prayer. My hips are facing like the top left-hand corner of my mat. And I'm going to bring my hands up to the ceiling here. Feeling my shoulders drop down my back. Engaging my core. Double checking that my knee is balanced right over top of my ankle. Oh, it feels so good to do yoga again, you guys. One more breath here. And bring your hands down, and on your next inhale, come to the top of your mat. And we're going to move into chair. So we're going to inhale our hands up. On an exhale, I'm going to bend my knees just so that I can see the tips of my toes over top of my knees. So what you want to work on here is making sure you can see your toes, engaging your abdomen, and dropping your bum down. So this is just challenging enough. If you would like to do a little more, you can raise your hands into the sky. Try to tuck your tailbone under just a little bit here, not too much. Nothing super exaggerated. One more breath. Yeah, we're going to inhale ourselves up to standing. Just going to fix my mat here. Okay. On an inhale, we're going to step our legs out a little further than we had last time. We're going into warrior two here. So wide leg stance. Your left foot is turned in 45 degrees. You're bending your knee so that it's stacked over top of your right ankle. On an inhale, we're going to raise our hands up. Warrior two. Feel free to double check your back hand there. Here you're tucking your tailbone just a little bit to engage your abdominals. You can feel your thighs engaged, your weight evenly distributed between your 2 feet. Your gaze over your right hand. Your shoulders not bunching, just dropping gently down your back. 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, you can feel yourself drop just a little bit lower. Okay, on an inhale, we're going to face center. Spin our feet so that our left toes are now facing the top of our mat. Left knee's bending, right foot's turned 45 degrees. And when we're happy with our stance, I'm just going to make mine a little bit wider here. We're going to inhale our arms up. Double check that our back hand is raised. And on an exhale, just sink a little deeper into the pose. We're going to hold this for 2 more breaths. So once again, tuck in your tailbone just a little bit. You'll feel your abdominals engage. You know, think about your thighs engaging here. Feel the heat in your body. Feel the power of Warrior Two. Okay, we're going to inhale up. And then we're going to exhale to the top of our mat. Inhale up, arms up. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Come up a halfway on an inhale, and then we're going to exhale down to plank. So you can stay in plank here. You can put your knees down to provide a little more extra support for you. We're going to hold this just for a couple more breaths. On the exhale, we're going to lower down into Chaturanga Dandasana, all the way to our tummies. On the inhale, we're going to come up into Baby Cobra. So I really want to stress that you're not using your hands to push yourself up. In fact, I don't even, I can move my hands around. It's not affecting my posture. What you're doing is lifting through your core and lifting through your tummy muscles without lifting your tummy off the ground. One more breath here. Exhale. On inhale, we're going to come up through to child's pose. Exhale here. Inhale into tabletop. Exhale. Now we're going to go into, I think it's called bird dog. It's kind of a funny name. Anyway, so basically what we're going to do is lift opposite arm and leg. So on an inhale, I'm going to lift my right arm and my left leg. It's really helpful in this pose to find something to look at. So you use your drishti here for balance and concentration. Two more breaths. Okay, exhale down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to make sure, once again, I'm going to do a quick check. My wrists are underneath my shoulders and my knees are underneath my hips. And I'm going to lift my left arm up, straight up, and my right leg. It might help here to flex your toes a little bit. Point them out. Okay, on exhale, bring it down. Okay, on inhale, we're going to come into sitting. I'm going to face you now so that you can see me a little bit better here. We're going to do half Lord of the Flies. Just kidding, half Lord of the Dance. Always wanted to say that. Okay, so we're going to stick our feet out. And then on inhale, you're going to bring your left leg to cross your right foot. And then your right, and then you're going to bend your right knee so that you're in a little bit of a pretzel position here. On an inhale, we're going to lift our right hand into the air. Exhale it down. Get it moved around your knee a little bit here. If this is uncomfortable for you, another option would be just to hold on to your knee like this. Okay, so I'm going to go this way today. I'm going to inhale and sit up. My left hand is behind me just for balance. Once again, I'm not putting a lot of weight on my left hand. In fact, I'm hardly putting any weight on my left hand. Just using it so I don't fall over. Inhale, and then on exhale, we're going to twist to our left. Feel that twist, hey? They say, every inhale, you sit up a little bit straighter. Every exhale, try to twist a little bit deeper. And on your next inhale, come center. Put your legs out. Now we're going to do the opposite. So I'm going to cross my right leg over my left foot, and I'm going to bend my left knee. So I'm into the opposite pretzel position. I'm going to push my left elbow to my knee here. I'm going to inhale up, exhale, twist. Once again, on the inhale, I sit up a little higher. On the exhale, I twist a little further, a little deeper. Inhale and center. Okay, so the next pose we're going to do is actually bridge. So we're going to lay back onto our backs, knees up. And you're going to want to move your feet fairly close to your buttocks. It's not necessary to have them right up against it, but it's good to have it fairly close. Okay, and on inhale, we're going to lift our butt into the air, our pelvic area. And what you want to do when you're doing a bridge pose is it's important to lift through your thighs. So if you feel your butt clenching, try to focus away from that to, release that and feel the lift more in your thighs. If this is okay for you, I invite you to take your hands and just clasp them underneath. Gives you a little bit higher of a lift. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths. You feel your legs are flailing out. Try to bring your knees a little closer together. Really feel your chest opening up here. Pushing up, pushing, lifting with your thighs, pushing into your feet. On the exhale, we're going to come down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're down on the mat. Okay, on an inhale, we're going to come into sitting. I like to do a little bit of a rock here, so I like to bring my knees to my chest. Inhale, exhale, and then on an inhale, I'm going to rock myself up. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. Come into sitting however you like. It's good with me. So now we're going to go into cow face pose. I love to use a block for this pose, so I invite you to sit on a block if you have one around, or a blanket. I find that getting a little bit of height in my hips really helps me in this posture. So similar to half Lord of the Dance, we're going to turn into pretzels here. So I guess we'll just put our feet out, and then we're going to bend our right knee and have it so that's facing forward. And then we're going to take our left leg and bend it the other way. So that, stack your knees as best you can. It's definitely a pose that takes some practice, and that's fine. So now we're going to lift our right hand into the air, and our left hand is going to come behind our backs. And on inhale, we're going to stretch up high, and on exhale, we're going to bend the right hand down at the elbow. If you combined here, that's great. So basically you want to grab your left hand with your right hand. If you can't bind here, that's fine too. You can grab a sock to help with the bind, or a strap if you have a strap. I'm just thinking that on my other side, I find it a little more difficult to bind. So I'm looking around to see what I have available to me for the next side. Yeah, on an exhale, you're just gonna let go, release the pose, stick your feet out. We're gonna do the opposite now. So we're going to bend this, your left leg, and then we're going to bend the right knee to go on top of the left leg. Before I go any further, I'm going to grab my strap, which happens to be right here. Yeah. So I happen to have a strap here, but like I said, a sock is fine too, because I know I'm going to need it for this one. All right, so I'm bending my left knee, and then I'm going to stack my right knee on top. My left hand's going to come up this time. And I'm going to hold the strap in my left hand. On an inhale, on an exhale, I'm going to bend it, and then I'm going to bring my right hand behind me to meet my left hand. And we're going to hold this pose for a little bit. Continue to sit up straight on your sit bones. Engage your core. They say this pose is called cow face because it looks like a cow, with like one ear up and one ear down. So I don't know, you guys be the judge. This looks like a cow face. One more breath here. And on the exhale, we'll just release. All right, so we're gonna release down to the ground here. So I invite you to come all the way back onto your back. Give your knees a hug. Let's take a minute here to reset. And when you're ready, we're going to come into Shavasana. So just let your arms relax to your sides, palms usually facing up. Now wiggle around a little bit. Let your breath go. Let it come naturally. You find your tongue is touching the back of your teeth. Relax your tongue. Feel your shoulders relax. Hear the sounds around you kind of come and go. And just kind of like your thoughts. If you find any thoughts floating into your mind here, thank them for coming by. And then let them go. Your eyes are gently closed. You might feel the air touching the top part of your body. Feel it on your eyelids, your forehead, your face. Feel your face relax. Your weight touching the ground. Feel the air as it touches your skin, your neck, your chest, your arms. Move it along the top of your body, down your tummy, past your pelvis and your thighs, your shins, your toes. You might feel the air on your feet, along the bottoms of your feet. Feel the ground beneath your heels, along your calves. Feel how your thighs touch the ground, how the ground supports you under your glutes, lower back, up along your back and your shoulders. Just release a little more into the ground. Sink a little deeper. Feel the backs of your arms touching the ground. Your shoulders, back of your neck, up to the crown of your head. The ground underneath the back of your head. as always, this is a video yoga practice, so if you would like to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, please be my guest. For those of you that are ready to come out, I invite you to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe do a little stretch out what feels right for you. And when you're ready, just turn to your side. Let your head relax on your arm. Just take a few moments here to open your eyes. And when you're ready, I invite you to meet me in sitting. So thanks everyone for sharing this yoga practice with me. I appreciate you taking the time to come to your mat and to do something that's good for you. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.